StadiumDB.com presents 2036 Olympic Games Potential Stadium Bids. Welcome to the future. The Olympic Games is an event that takes place every 4 years and is not only a challenge for the athletes, but also for the country hosting the Games. A lot of infrastructure has to be adopted so that the city is ready to receive thousands of athletes and fans. We have prepared many possible candidates for the 2030 Olympic Games. Which stadium could host this timeless event, bringing together fans of multiple sports? We will present 10 main options from west to east and then show the remaining 4 offers more briefly. Santiago, Estadio Nacional, capacity 48,745, Chile. In the autumn of 2023, Santiago was the organizer of the Pan American Games. At the time, it was visited by Thomas Bach, president of the International Olympic Committee, who suggested that Chile could even host the Olympic Games. Later, Bach continued to encourage Chile's candidacy, and in early June 2024, the country's president announced that he would join the competition to host the event. The architectural design of this venue was inspired by the Olympic Stadium in Berlin, Germany. Berlin, Olympiastadion, capacity 74,245, Germany. On the 100th anniversary of the 1936 Interwar Games, there were initially attempts by Berlin and Tel Aviv to jointly and peacefully organize the event. But the idea of hosting the Olympics with Israel was later dropped. At the end of 2036, it was agreed that Germany would bid to host the Games. But it is not yet known whether Summer or Winter Olympics and in which year exactly. Support for an Olympics in Berlin in 2036 was expressed by the city's mayor, but Hamburg, Munich and Düsseldorf were also consulted. However, Berlin remains the most serious candidate with the Olympic Stadium as the main arena. Although, even if Germany wants to bid for the Summer Games, it is not entirely clear whether in 2036 or 2040. Budapest, Nemzeti Atlétikai Központ, capacity 40,000, Hungary. Hungary, and more specifically Budapest, would also like to host the Olympic Games. Last year, the National Athletics Stadium opened and hosted the Athletics World Championships. Together with the temporary upper level of the stands, it could accommodate 40,000 spectators. The Athletic Stadium is located on the southern outskirts of Budapest's city centre, right on the banks of Danube, near the Rákóczi Bridge. The project also included new training facilities, including an additional full-size treadmill, which were built on Czepel Island. Istanbul, Atatürk Olimpiyat Stadi, capacity 75,145, Turkey. The Turks are once again looking to enter the battle for the Olympics. Istanbul has been awarded the organization of the 2027 European Games, which is seen as a step towards being granted the hosting of the Olympics. Istanbul has one large stadium with a running track. It is the Atatürk Olimpiyat Stadi, the largest venue in the country. It should be the main arena, and renovations can be expected before the eventual Games. New administrative capital, Egypt Stadium, capacity 93,940, Egypt. Declaration of Egypt's desire to host the Games began to emerge in 2022. A new 90,000-plus seat stadium in the new administrative capital has also opened. The new sports complex, the so-called Egypt International Olympic City, consists of a number of high-end venues, including 2 large sports halls, an Olympic swimming pool, a hippodrome, a tennis complex, squash facilities and training pitches. It is safe to say that sooner or later the Olympic Games will come to Egypt. Riyadh, King Fahd International Stadium, capacity 22,000, Saudi Arabia. There are reports here and there that Saudi Arabia will be bidding to host the 2036 Games. The Olympics would be held in Riyadh, and the main venue would probably be King Fahd International Stadium. The venue is set to undergo redevelopment ahead of the World Cup, which will see it lose its running track and the capacity of the stands will exceed 90,000. However, it will still be possible to install a temporary running track, which will probably reduce the capacity slightly. It is not known exactly to what level. Have you already liked the video and subscribed to our channel? You have a chance to help us with preparing new content as well as to stay on top of the latest materials. Doha, Khalifa International Stadium. Capacity 45,857. Qatar. Qatar is once again looking to bid for the Olympics. There are reports that work is underway to prepare a bid. The main arena would probably be the Khalifa International Stadium, which is the only one of the big stadiums in Qatar to have an athletics track, but no official information is available at the moment, so we cannot rule out the possibility that one of the football stadiums from the World Cup, such as Lusail Stadium, is not awarded this role. Khalifa International Stadium was built in Doha in early 1976 and served as a country's largest sports arena for more than 40 years. It has hosted some of the Middle East's most important events and was also venue for the Asian Games in 2006. Ahmedabad, Narendra Modi Stadium. Capacity 132,000. India. The city that would stage the event has not been specified, but all indicators are that is to be Ahmedabad. Between 2015 and 2020, a new cricket stadium was built there practically from scratch, which is claimed to be the largest stadium in the world. Although there are different figures on its capacity, the most common is given as 132,000 seats. In early 2024, plans were unveiled for the construction of an entire sports complex around Narendra Modi Stadium, which will still include sports halls, a 50,000-seater stadium with a football layout, a swimming and tennis complex, and an Olympic village. Nusantara, New Olympic Stadium. Capacity 80,000. Indonesia. In this case, we generated renderings of the stadium using artificial intelligence, as no design for the future venue is available. It has an interesting facade which is covered with diamond-shaped spans on the outside. Indonesia would like to host the games in the emerging capital of Nusantara on the island of Borneo, despite the fact that Jakarta has an athletics track stadium with a capacity of 76,000 spectators. However, no concrete plans, especially for sports facilities, have been put forward as yet. Information about a preference of Nusantara appeared in 2022, and other statements mention Indonesia's intentions in general. Seoul Olympic Stadium. Capacity 69,950. South Korea. The bustling capital of South Korea has a population of approximately 9.64 million people as of 2024. The Seoul Olympic Stadium, a landmark of South Korea, hosted the 1988 Summer Olympics, a pivotal moment in the nation's history. Designed by the renowned architect Kim Swoo-jian, the stadium's unique design mimics the curves of a Korean porcelain vase, symbolizing elegance and tradition. Declarations of Seoul joining the competition of 2036 Olympics came in 2022. A year later, the upgrading of the Olympic Stadium, which would be the main area for the competition if granted, began. It's time to look at the other 4 locations where the 2036 Olympic Games might be held. We start our shortlist with the first North American cities in this video. The Canadian Olympic Committee was exploring the possibility of a joint Montreal-Toronto bid for either the 2032 or 2036 Summer Olympics, with Olympic Stadium in Montreal in mind. Also in 2022, it has been reported that Copenhagen is considering hosting the event in Denmark. The main stadium in the capital there is Parken, but the new multi-purpose venue might have to be built. Turin also expressed interest in the games, but the matter has fallen silent. Stadio Olimpico di Torino could probably be considered for the main arena, although capacity-wise it is too small. Bologna and Florence wanted to apply jointly for the 2032 Games. In the context of this event in 2036, there is talk of Rome joining these cities. Stadio Olimpico would then probably be the main venue. We covered plenty of cities and their stadiums, so it's time to say goodbye. Write in a comment where you would like the Olympic Games to be held in 2036, and don't forget to like the video if you appreciate the work we do. Thanks and see you soon!